magic here. So I had already recorded this once, but then I decided that I didn't like it that much. So I decided to try again. This is my second attempt to do this book review because I didn't feel like the first one did it justice. So this is about Amari and the Knight brothers. It's the first book in this supernatural investigation series that me and my sixth grader Cypher were reading. It's also book 9 in my reading challenge, as you can see. All right, so an introduction. So let's talk about who the author is. The author is B.B. Alston. He's an American author who grew up in South Carolina before becoming a full-time writer. He actually planned to go into medicine, but his debut novel, Amari and the Knight Brothers, took the world by storm, earning comparisons to other books such as Harry Potter and the Percy Jackson series, but with a voice and energy all its own. What stands out about him is how he brings his own experience into his work, especially the feeling of being underestimated or different. He has said in interviews that he wanted kids who look like Amari and kids who feel out of place to see themselves as heroes. And Amari and the Knight Brothers does just that. It's a middle grade fantasy novel that follows a young black girl's journey to find her missing brother. This also includes saving the world while confronting prejudices and learning to accept herself. All right, so quick summary. It may include spoilers. I apologize. So if you don't want spoilers, feel free to skip. All right, so from the very first chapter, Amari and the Knight Brothers pulls you into a world that is both familiar and fantastical. The story is about Amari Peters, a brave and determined young girl who refuses to give up on her missing brother, Quentin. Her search leads her to the Bureau of Supernatural Affairs, which is a secret organization that protects the world from magical threats. And that is where the adventure truly begins. Amari Peters is a young girl from the projects. She refuses to believe that her missing brother Quentin is gone for good. She gets a mysterious briefcase that appears in a closet from him. She discovers it contains an invitation to a secret organization that manages magical beings and hidden worlds. At the Bureau, she learns that magic is not only real and that her brother was one of the top agents before his disappearance. She becomes determined to find him. She dives into the Bureau's intense program that's filled with tryouts, rivals, and dangerous secrets and competition. But Amari's excitement quickly turns to unease as she discovers she possesses illegal magic, a power that makes her both extraordinary and feared. As whispers of dark magicians and the Knight brothers rise, Amari must navigate prejudice, self doubt, and danger to uncover the truth about her brother's fate and her own destiny. All right, so character analysis. Got some of the main characters here. Starting off with Amari. Amari is the heart of the story. She's brave, determined, and endlessly loyal. She starts out as the underdog, constantly underestimated by those around her. What makes her so compelling is her humanity. She doubts herself, she gets angry, and she feels the sting of unfairness, but she keeps moving forward. Her journey isn't just about mastering magic, it's about learning that her worth doesn't depend on how others see her. Her illegal magic symbolizes everything she has been told to hide: her strength, her uniqueness, her truth. Watching her transform from a girl struggling to fit in to someone who stands proudly in her power is what makes her unforgettable. Quentin Peters is her older brother. He represents love, legacy, and loss all at once. Even though he is missing for most of the book, he guides Amari through every decision that she makes. He is brilliant, kind, and protective. The kind of big brother who sees the best in her even when she can't see it herself. Through other characters' memories, we learn that Quentin was not only exceptional at the Bureau, but also deeply compassionate, using his status to help others. His disappearance becomes both a mystery and a metaphor, reminding readers that hope and love can endure even when someone is gone. Elsie Rodriguez is the kind of best friend that everyone needs. She's smart and loyal and unapologetically herself. As a were-dragon, she is constantly balancing her intellect with a side of her identity that others seem to fear. Her friendship with Amari is built on mutual respect, and she never tries to change Amari, just supports her. Elsie's courage shows up quietly, not through battles, but through empathy and standing by her friend when it counts the most. She brings humor and heart to the story, grounding Amari when the supernatural world feels overwhelming. Then we have Dylan Van Helsing. Dylan kind of starts off as a charming ally, the kind of confident, friendly boy who seems to understand Amari when others don't. But as the story unfolds, he becomes one of the most complex characters in the book. Being a Van Helsing, he is tied to the legacy of monster hunting and expectations that he can never fully escape. It's a lot of pressure for a kid. His betrayal hits hard because it feels so personal. Dylan's struggle with identity and power mirrors Amari's, but where she chooses compassion, he gives in to his bitterness. He's not evil so much as broken by the pressure to live up to a name, which makes him tragic as much as a villain. Then we have Laura Van Helsing, his twin sister. She embodies privilege, pride, and prejudice. As Dylan's sister and a top student at the Bureau, she represents the kind of person who believes the system works because it was built for her. She's talented and disciplined, but lets arrogance and bias cloud her judgment. Laura's treatment of Amari highlights how discrimination hides behind rules and standards. Her insecurities and need for validation start to peek through her facade. By the end, you can sense she might one day learn from her mistakes, if she will let herself. Agent Magnus. Agent Magnus is one of the mentors who balances the Bureau's chaos with calm authority. He is professional, fair, and most importantly, believes in Amari when few others do. He represents the idea that leadership isn't just about control, it's about seeing potential. Magnus's patience and encouragement give Amari a sense of safety and structure. He is the adult figure who reminds readers that not everyone in power is corrupted by it. His subtle humor and steady moral compass makes him one of the quiet heroes of the story. And then I think his name is pronounced Raoul Moreau. He's one of the infamous Knight brothers, a powerful magician whose experiments push the limits of what magic and mortality should allow. Once a respected figure in the supernatural world, he became consumed by the pursuit of control and immortality, ultimately twisting his brilliance into something dangerous. As a Knight brother, Moreau represents what happens when power replaces purpose. His influence lingers through the story, shaping the chaos that Amari and the others must face, and reminding readers that sometimes the brightest minds cast the darkest shadows. So, the themes and ideas. This book is more than just a fantasy adventure, it is a story about resilience, belonging, and identity. Amari faces prejudice, self doubt, and fear, but she also learns to embrace who she is even when others don't understand her. This book touches on her courage in the face of the unknown, family bonds that guide and ground her, social inequality and bias shown through both the supernatural lens and real world parallels, empowerment, especially for young readers who have ever felt like they didn't fit in. But this book isn't just about magic, it's about courage, identity, and defying expectations. Some of the strongest themes include standing up for yourself when the world doubts you, family, because Amari's love for her brother is what drives this entire story, prejudice and bias, how to stand up in the face of it, self worth, and learning that being different can be your greatest strength, and self acceptance. So, what exactly makes this story stand out? Unlike many middle grade fantasies, Alston's storytelling blends humor, heart, and high stakes action seamlessly. The world building feels rich and cinematic. It's been described as, by many people apparently on the internet, as Men in Black meets Harry Potter, but with deeper emotional roots, which I can kind of see. I can see a little bit of both in it. So, yeah, Amari's voice is fresh, relatable, and real, especially as she wrestles with both magical dangers and personal insecurities. This book feels like a breath of fresh air in the middle grade fantasy. The pacing is quick, the humor sparkles, and the emotional depth runs strong. The Bureau's world is vivid and creative, and Amari, she's the hero worth rooting for. Brave, flawless, curious, and deeply human. Amari and the Night Brothers is an empowering read that reminds us that you don't have to fit into anyone else's mold to be extraordinary. It is perfect for readers who love adventure, mystery, and a strong female lead. B.B. Alston doesn't just give us a magical world, he gives us a message. Your worth isn't determined by where you come from, but by who you choose to be. It is a book I would recommend for readers of any age, especially those who need a reminder that their magic is real, even if the world can't see it yet. If you are looking for a story that mixes wonder, justice, and heart, this one is a must read. The world feels alive, secret elevators, magical gadgets, and a bureau full of mysterious departments that feel like they could actually exist. The tone is fast, paced, and fun, but the heart of the story runs deep. If you love a good underdog story, this one is for you. It is not just about saving the world, it is about learning that you deserve a place in it. Being different is not a weakness, it is your greatest strength. That'll be it for this one. Go out and spread the love. Love always wins. Bye.